How you doing, guys? We're in the basement today, just taking a look at a couple of the little projects that are going on with the T50. One thing I did is I only touched up the black in the grill, and the reason why is the paint was just flaking off ridiculously, so you had these big huge patches of aluminum showing through, and it really looked bad. So what I did was I just touched up the black in a few spots. Basically all of the grill pieces, the top, these four are probably completely repainted. These are touched up. You can see I didn't make it mint. I didn't want it to be mint, and I touched up all these to glue all the paint down and make it glossy black. I didn't repaint the Panzer. I'm going to leave that alone. Here's a sneak peek of one of the rims. That's not repainted. That is the original paint, which has been completely cleaned, degreased, and polished. I just compounded it and waxed it with some 3M products. Looks really good. This is what they looked washed before I compounded and waxed it. This one here, I think no, I haven't started this one at all. Both sides. So, just to give you a little sneak peek, that's what they look like after they're polished. The tires are going to get tire blacked today. Here's the rear rim, all cleaned and ready to go. The other rim right there. The tires are going to get tire blacked hopefully today. But that's just a sneak peek on the rims. One of the other things I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to save, or I'm going to protect and save the serial tag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some epoxy, clear epoxy, and I'm just going to flood this little tape tub, I guess you want to call it. I made a little tub around the serial tag. I'll fill this in with epoxy. I'll brush it off real light with a foam brush. I'll let it start to set up, self-level, and then I'll pull the tape off it. If I get a little bit of a hanger here and there, what I'll do is I'll just give it a little chip or a little sand, and then I'll polish it off. But ultimately, I just want to get this serial tag to be glued down forever, at least as long as I own the tractor, so it doesn't blow off when it's on the trailer or anything like that. I mean, because it's actually pretty cool that it's still in place. So that's what I'm going to do. We will give you a little tidbit finish of what it looks like in a little while. Thanks, bye. Well, there it is, all epoxied in. As you can tell, you can really see the T50 part of it now. The actual serial number underneath, you could never read it from the beginning. But just give you a couple. The lighting down in my basement really kind of stinks. I apologize. But there it is, T50. Just mixed up a little epoxy resin, basically the resin that I used to make the fiberglass hood on my RJ. I ended up having to kick it with the heat gun a little bit, just to, cause it is a little cool downstairs. But yep, there it is. Looks good enough to me. Essentially, when the seat's on there, you're not going to really notice this huge difference, but at least the original serial tag is completely sealed into place. I'll just buff up the edges a little bit so it's not quite as stiff looking, but that's what I thought would be the best way to save the tag from falling off. It looks like it might work. Are the tires. They've all been tire blacked. They are pretty much all done. I mean, all I have to do is clean up the valve stems, but I can do that once I put them back on the tractor. But you can see that all the tires are tire black. They even did all the tread. The original tires are going to look brand spanking new. Well, maybe not brand spanking new, but you know, they're going to look real clean and nice too. There they are. Alright. We're moving along. It's moving along a little faster than I anticipated, which is weird. Most of my projects take forever. Serial tag, the epoxy, it's real bright. Sorry about that. It did harden up real nice, so that's all set too. Alright. Thank you very much.